Hey Footy fans, let's get into the Round 11 recap, the second week of Sir Doug Nicholls Round. Started on Friday night, the Swans beating the Blues 77-51 at the SCG. For the Swans, back-to-back wins for them. The Blues, on the other hand, in a bit of strife. They just can't seem to find the wins. Harry Mackay was inaccurate in this game, missed a lot of golden opportunities, and to a further extent, the Blues as a team, they could have been well and truly in this game. They could have won this game with all the chances that they had, but they didn't make the most of them. They lose yet again in another round of footy. I know they had a few injuries throughout this contest, but boy, oh boy, they still had the talent out there to get the job done, and they just didn't. On Saturday, the Saints took on the Hawks at Marvel Stadium. The Saints, well, they were leading by a goal or two. You thought, gee, the Saints should win this game, but they lose 78-88. The Hawks caused the upset at Marvel, and a nice win there by the Hawks. Mitch Lewis involved late in the fourth quarter to kick the goal, which pretty much wrapped this one up. Then we had Nam taking on Wallagallop at the MCG. Nam lose 72-79. Well, Wallagallop, credit to them, they held Nam off, and it's just such a great win on the road for their footy club. Nam, on the other hand, they need to definitely get back on the winners list, hopefully in round 12. But you just got to think for Nam, without Clayton Oliver these last couple of weeks, they have been struggling at times, really getting that ball forward, really nailing their opportunities, really being that football club which we saw win that premiership so well in 2021. Hopefully they can get back on track. The Cats took on the Giants at GMHBA Stadium. Well, you would have heard me throughout this season say the Cats at the Cattery, they just seemed to get the job done, but they couldn't in this game. They lose 74-81, and the Giants with a really nice win for Toby Green's 200th game. Speaking of Toby Green, congratulations on the milestone, Toby. He had 4 goals, so great contribution there by him. The Cats now in 10th spot, really struggling, the reigning premiers. The Giants, they move up into 14th spot on the ladder. We had the Suns taking on the Dogs up in Darwin. The Suns winning 84-77 in a close finish. Bailey Humphries kicked the sealer. A bit sloppy by both sides in this game. A few soft free kicks paid to the Dogs in that fourth quarter, which really, in my opinion, I thought got them back into the contest. And there was that moment in the fourth with about 5-6 minutes to go. We thought the Dogs can well and truly win this game, but they fall short. The Eagles took on the Bombers. The Eagles losing 46-96. Well, this was expected, folks. I think it's fair to say that. The Bombers with a really nice win on the road, and the Eagles still in last spot on the ladder, really struggling to find a spark for their season. On Sunday, the Tigers took on Yardapolti at the MCG. The Tigers losing 67-77. Equal career high with 4 goals for Tim Taranto. He also had 33 disposals. Credit to the Tigers, they put up a good effort, but Yardapolti, well, they just keep on winning, and Ken Hinkley's smile just keeps on expanding across his face. He is as happy can be, and Yardapolti just feels they can't be stopped at the moment. The Pies took on the Roos, another team who can't be stopped at the moment, sitting really nice on top of the ladder. The Pies beat the Roos 105-70. Another result, I would say, which was expected, but I was surprised that the Roos kicked 6 goals, 1 behind in the fourth quarter. In saying that, folks, being at the game, you could just see that the Pies really took their foot off the pedal, especially a player like Darcy Moore in that backline and a few others, just to really not risk any injury, and seeing as they took their foot off the pedal, it allowed a player like Nick Larkey to heat up, and he finished off the game with 5 goals, and that's because he could allow himself the space to run into. Despite the loss, the Roos, I thought, had some nice moments in that fourth, getting the ball forward. Wardlaw involved, Eddie Ford involved, obviously Larkey, as I mentioned, and a variety of others. So, yes, another loss for North Melbourne. hopefully they can scrap a win here or there throughout the rest of the season. Pies, on the other hand, well done to them. Another great win. And I just wanted to say congratulations to Steele Sidebottom on his 300th game, but it wasn't the fairy tale ending for Steele, going off early in this game with an MCL injury. So he will be out for quite a few weeks. I would say 6 to 8 weeks off the top of my head, and wishing him a speedy recovery, but still great to see the Pies get the win in Steele's milestone. The Crows took on the Lions to wrap up round 11, and the Crows with a great win at Adelaide Oval on the home turf, beating the Lions 95 to 78. Huge win for the Crows as they snapped the Lions' 7-game winning streak, and just to see the Lions fall to the Crows. I did expect it to be a great contest, but I did think the Lions would be strong enough to have it in them to get the win on the road, but not to be. Charlie Cameron had 4 goals, just wasn't enough to stop the high-flying Crows, who are travelling really nicely throughout season 2023. As we go into Isaac's GMP of the round, and we stay with the Adelaide Crows, because my goal of the round goes to Josh Richelli. Outside of the boot, on the boundary, the focus on the ball that he had to follow it and find space to run into, it was absolutely brilliant, and it didn't faze him. He absolutely loved it late in the third quarter, and that goal really gave the Crows that lead to go into the fourth. Be a little comfortable, still had a bit left to do, and they did in the end. So a lovely goal by Josh Richelli. My mark of the round goes to a giant, and gee, he was a giant in the sky, that's for sure. Jesse Hogan, he just sat on top of Batman, who was deconing from the Geelong Cats, obviously deconing with the mask across his face. You could call him Batman, you could call him Zorro. All I know is that Jesse Hogan is the superhero in this game. He took flight, he just glided in the air, a great grab, a bit of a level of difficulty, but he made no mistake bringing that one down. My player of the round, hard to go past him, James Sicily from the Hawthorn Football Club. 43 disposals, 16 marks, 4 of those 16 contested. He had 1 tackle, 1 clearance, 3 inside 50s and 658 metres gained. 91% disposal efficiency and 22 intercept possessions. So great to see the leadership of that back line by James Sicily, being that leader for his team as the captain. And he had a great game and was a heavy contributor to what was a nice win for the Hawks, but James Sicily has been suspended for 1 game it was a shoulder bump to Anthony Caminiti. So unlucky there for James Sicily, but he'll be back ready to go in a couple of weeks. My shock of the round was probably seeing the upsets, because there was quite a few, and I'm absolutely appalled with my tips during this round because we did not go well, that's for sure. I only got the Suns, the Bombers, and I also got don't tell me it was 2. I think it might have been. That is not good at all. Oh, and the Pies, obviously, I went for the Pies against the Roos. So, finished off with 3. Not the best. Hopefully bounce back in round 12, because we've got the Demons taking on the Blues at the MCG on Friday night. You gotta love footy. That recap, and you want to see more of my content, remember to hit that thumbs up, like, comment, and hit that red button down there that says subscribe. Much appreciated. For more content, follow me on my Facebook page and also my Instagram page.